internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over Swift one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hour Script. Let's get right into today's video. It's 2024, and now we could say it is 100% accurate that the Financial Stability Board indeed tested Ripple and XRP along with the G20. Welcome back. Remember the 4 Sundays? Well, we are going to recap everything, and in 2024, the accuracy is unbelievable. First of all, we got to set the tone right off the bat. In October 2020, the G20 endorsed a roadmap to enhancing cross-border payments. The roadmap was developed by the Financial Stability Board in coordination with the Bank for International Settlements Committee on Payments and Market Infrastructure, and that is the CPMI, keep that in mind, and other relevant international organizations and standard-setting bodies like the IMF, the World Bank, or we're all involved. And now take a listen to what Klaus Knott says here. He has been serving as the chair of the Financial Stability Board since 2021, and he's also looking over General Board of European Systemic Risk Board, and also a member of the International Monetary Fund's Board of Governors, and he's also the Board of Directors on the Bank of International Settlements. This is huge. And take a look at this part, right? European systemic risk. Remember systemic risk? We also have Sandy O'Connor within Ripple, okay, currently at the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, and she is presently the Systemic Resolution Advisory Committee member. We have everything on our roster, okay? And now just take a listen to what Klaus Knott says here, because this G20, FSB, this was a big deal, and I made it a big deal when they announced it, when I, covered it back in 2021, and people thought it was speculation. But 2024, we couldn't be any, we're so accurate.
Such a ban. So the emphasis from the financial stability perspectives has come from, let's say, 2 things. First of all, to the extent that deficiencies in our traditional global cross-border payments world, where we're one of the sources of this crypto space to flourish, we should address these weaknesses. That's the reason why we have this global cross-border payments agenda, a G20 agenda, again, that you, together with Fabio Panetta from Banca d'Italia, that you coordinate within the FSB. Together with Fabio Panetta
is to create a technological bridge between the central bank's cash settlement system and the external private DLT platform.
And the other one is to try to come up with an as convincing as possible global framework of regulating crypto asset activities and global stablecoins. Regulating the well-known risks in this space like AML, CFT.
He refers to Fabio Panetta. This is very important. Before we get into what he says, remember this documentation from Bank of Italia, market infrastructures, payment systems, and they were talking about carbon footprint, and they were comparing Bitcoin, Visa, and Ripple and XRP. This is some crazy stuff that, that goes unnoticed. They were doing calculations on carbon footprint and how, Ripple XRP ended up being better than Ether and Visa for this test run. But listen to what he says here.
As I mentioned earlier, many central banks are now involved in CBDC projects, in wholesale CBDC projects. Let me give you an example from the Eurosystem perspective, as the Eurosystem is experimenting new solutions based on DLT, and how these experiments would interact with the target services. The target services are the infrastructure that we use for interbank transactions in the euro area. So how this could be used to interact with target services to settle the euro cash leg of transactions in central bank money. One option we are currently examining is to create a technological bridge between the central bank's cash settlement system and the external private DLT platform that manage tokenized digital assets. This option focuses mainly on use cases such as delivery versus payment, secondary market transactions, and life cycle management of securities. But we are also exploring another option that is an option based on the creation from scratch of a Eurosystem DLT platform for Euro Central Bank money settlement, combined with a technical interface between this platform and market DLT platforms.
But our clients don't want a city token or another bank token. What they want is cross-bank, cross-border liquidity.
Liability network with the Fed and other banks. Like, clients don't want, individual bank tokens. They want multi-token, multi-border liquidity for added efficiencies.
What is going on? What is going on? Well, let's take a look at the G20 roadmap for enhancing cross-border payments. This was published in 2021, and this is since the time of Mr. Nod being there, okay? And the biggest giveaway here where, stats just don't lie is in Q4 2021, they were set to explore liquidity bridges. This was November 2021. And look at this where we are in 2024. And I know I've covered this in the past, but ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and smash that like button, because now we could sit here and say, I said it was 100% Ripple was behind this because we had the facts, okay? When you go into the XRP scan, I'll leave the link in the description down below. When you go to this timeline, this is not a coincidence. You don't have the FSB coincidentally doing a liquidity bridge exploration, so they're testing stuff, November 2021, and then you have Ripple, look at this, Sunday, and it was done on a Sunday, November 21st, look at the transactions executed spike. Number of currency exchanges spiked Sunday, November 21st. The payments spiked as numbers that we have never seen before at those times. And successful payments spike November 21st on a Sunday. You can't make this stuff up, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But this right here is not a coincidence. It was done on a Sunday, which is not a business day. And the FSB G20 timeline states November 2021. They don't put the exact date of when they're going to explore these liquidity bridges. But guess what? They messed around with Ripple and XRP, and there's no denying that. And wait until the price frickin' moons. And I cannot wait for the individuals that miss out on this opportunity. I genuinely, for the ones that miss out on this opportunity, it's going to be truly devastating. Very, very devastating. Mark my words. And in terms of standard setting bodies, listen to this, right? That's what SSB stands for. If we go on to another timeline that they had published, so if we take a look at January 2025 to December 2025. So now we could confirm, like I said, Q4 leading into 2025 is going to be very, very bullish, because they go and state that standard setting bodies and national authorities to monitor implementation by the market, including private sector alignment with international and domestic frameworks. That is significant. So everything is going to be, and supposedly should be, running smoothly and slowly scaling in, okay? And that's when the standard setting bodies and national authorities are going to monitor their implementation along with the private sector alignment. How do people not see this? Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But continuing on to a 2022 PDF, improving access to payment systems for cross-border payments from the BIS Innovation Hub, Bank for International Settlements. Very, very important. They state that some payment systems have partial indirect access models that allow indirect participants to directly send and receive their own payments while using another participant as a settlement provider as described in section 2. And it says number 28, which I will go ahead and read that part out to you, but this is insane. Remember what I said. Ripple could be working directly or indirectly, and they just told you this. Some payment systems have partial indirect access models that allow indirect participants to directly send and receive their own payments while using other participants as a settlement provider as described in section 2. And when we go to 28, listen to what they say here. This can be achieved by allowing an indirect participant to establish a direct technical connection to the payment system or use a third-party technology service provider to establish a connection on behalf of their technical agitators. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand how much more clear this needs to get. I cannot understand how much more clear this needs to get. They're not going to tell you exactly what they're going to be doing. You got to read it between the lines. And who's going to win? The choice of the participant model is one of the various factors that can influence the speed, cost, transparency, and efficiency of cross-border payments as described below. This is some big stuff. We are going through a huge transition, and I'm so excited for all of us to be a part of this. And you see how they added Ripple to the CPMI, right? The Committee on Payments Market Infrastructures in July 2024. Listen, they were here a long time ago, and I don't even give a rat's ass what you have to say on the other end if you think I'm speculating here. Ripple was publicly announced to be a part of the CPMI in 2024. And you're telling me back in 2020, when the CPMI, the BIS, they were all together, the FSB, you're telling me Ripple had no say in that? You guys, if you think that they had no say, you are absolutely mistaken. You are absolutely mistaken. And this 2021 liquidity bridge exploration, you just can't make this stuff up. It's literally right in front of you. It's dated. The transaction spiked. It is not a coincidence that it happened in the same year, in the same month, and ironically, the FSB was telling you the exact same month. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and smash that like button. With that being said, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100 XRP, it's going to happen. It's going to happen with certainty. It's just a matter of if you're going to be holding it for that long and if you don't sell too early. I do appreciate every single one of you guys, and we will be back with another video.
Building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch. I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.